how much milk India is producing and how much it is consuming. Is there any discrepancy in it, or India is producing surplus of milk? That is what we will be looking into today. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be talking about that why India's agri production statistics need a ground reality check. Is there any problem which is going on, or the consumption and the production level is different from each other? So let us first look at the timeline of the video. First we will be looking at the news, then about the consumption of milk, then the production data, what does it show, then about the discrepancies which is going on, then the cereal consumption and its production in India, and why the new survey is needed, because the survey which we presently follow is very old. Then in the end, a prelims MCQ. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, agriculture. See, very important mains topic and will also be very important in essay. Then from mains you should be able to know that what is the discrepancies which is going on and how much India is producing when it comes to milk, cereals, and what is the overall picture. So let's see the news. This has been taken from the Indian Express, and it says that why India's agri production statistics need a ground reality check. Important word is agri production. And then what do you mean by ground reality check? When we say that it needs a reality check, what does this mean? It means that there is some problem going on, or the statistics are not proper, whether the production is more and the consumption is less, or the consumption is more and the production is less. So let's see that what has happened is India's agricultural production statistics, that it frequently contradicts consumption data. Consumption data is not in accordance with the production data. It means either it is that the production is more and the consumption is low, or the production is low and the consumption is more. We will be looking into this. And the data on household consumer spending are more than a decade old, and an update is urgently needed. So the data which we are using presently is of 2011-12. So this data is almost a decade old now, and what we need is an updated version of it. So for example, we will be talking about the consumption of milk and its production in India. So National Statistics Office Household Consumer Expenditure Survey for 2011. We will be talking about, see, according to the National Statistics Office, and under this there is a Household Consumer Expenditure Survey which happened in 2011 and 12. It says that the monthly per capita consumption of milk was 4.33 liters in rural India, while it was 5.42 liters in urban India. So urban India is using more milk as compared to the rural India. And then when we take the average of both the rural and the urban, which is 4.33 and 5.42, we can say that the average is around 5 liters. The annual consumption of nearly 75 million tons. So according to the 2011 and 12 data and its population according to the 2011 and 12, then the overall consumption in India was nearly 75 million tons. Okay, this is MT. MT means million tons. So whenever I will be using the word MT, you need to understand that I am talking about in terms of million tons. Then this 75 million tons consumption includes only milk which is consumed by households. That is, either they are directly taking it or in the form of curd, butter, ghee, paneer, etc. But this 75 million tons does not include milk which is consumed by businesses. Businesses means tea shops, hotels, ice creams, sweets, chocolates and biscuit markets. So when the milk is produced in terms of business purpose, then it is not included in this 75 million tons. And milk is assumed to be 25% over and above that consumed by households. See, This 75 million tons, what does it include? It includes milk which is consumed by only households, but it does not include a milk which is used by business purposes. So if we take this plus on an average, if we take milk which is consumed from the business perspective, then we will reach to an average which will be around 25% over and above the which is consumed by the households, and that will add up to 94 million ton. So from 75 million ton to 94 million ton, even if we will take an average of including the milk which is used in business purposes. So this will be 94 million ton on a daily per capita availability of 212 gram. Overall it will be 94 million tons, and daily per capita availability will be how much? It will be 212 grams. Now that we talked about what was the consumption part. Now we will be talking about the production part. Then you will understand that where the problem is lying and whether India is producing more or is consuming more. According to the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, India's milk production in 2011 and 12 was 127 million ton with a daily per capita availability of 289 gram. How much India was consuming? Okay. Consumption was 94 million ton. How much is the production? Production is 127.9 million ton. So we are producing more. What are we doing? We are producing more and we are consuming less. While on the basis of daily per capita availability, the consumption was 212 gram. While what is the production? The production is 289 grams. It means we are producing surplus. We are producing more milk than our capacity and then what we are consuming. So 210 million ton and 247 gram respectively is what is the production according to 2020 and 21. Even though the exact data and the government data is not out, but what is expected is in 2011 the production was 127.9 million ton. In 2020-21 it will be 210 million ton, and on the daily per capita availability it was 289 grams. Now it will be 427 grams. While between 2013-14 and 2020-21 India's milk production grew at an average 6.2% a year. The milk production is growing. Okay, let us understand this. The consumption is already low. The production is high. So to bring them on equal basis, because milk is not something that can sustain for a very long period of time. It is something that when it is produced, it needs to be consumed within few days only. So when the consumption is low, the production is more. To bring them on equal basis, what do we need? What do we need? We need more of consumption and less of production. But what is happening is that the India's milk production, the production which is already high, is growing at a very good pace. It is growing at a pace of 6.2% a year. The problem where the problem is lying is the production is growing while the consumption is not growing. What the dairy cooperatives are able to sell is not that much what the production is happening. Then the production is 6.2% a year, while this isn't reflected in the marketing of liquid milk by dairy cooperatives. The production rate is high, but the dairy cooperative is not able to make that much of sale, and already the production is more than consumption. So to bring them on par with each other, the dairy cooperatives need to sell more milk, and the dairy cooperative sale is increased by just 3% annually, while the production has been increased by how much? 6.2%. But the dairy cooperative sale is increasing by how much? It is only 3%. It means that the difference between the production and the consumption will even increase, will even widen. And when it comes to private sector, the growth in the average sale of 12 major dairy companies, this has averaged to 4.93% in nominal terms between 2014-15 and 2020-21. It means still, even after including the private sector, we are not able to match the production increase, which was 6.2%. And this was in nominal terms, and the real sale growth by the cooperatives was slightly more than 1.9% overall by including everything. It means the production is way more than its consumption. So what is happening to the milk which is in surplus? Because milk is not something which you can keep for months and months and it will be used afterwards. So it means we are not consuming what we are producing. Now let us look at this chart. Okay, per capita milk availability in 2021-22. So this you can say that the highest per capita milk availability is in Punjab. After that comes Rajasthan and then Haryana. So Punjab is first, Rajasthan is second, Haryana is third. While overall the all India availability lies at 4 to 7 million tons. Now come to this. This is output versus sales. This is milk production and this is milk sale by cooperatives. So if you will see that the milk production, there is an increase of 6.21%, while the milk sale by cooperatives, the what percentage of sale is cooperatives making is only 3.01%. It means the milk production is high while the sale of milk is not matching what we are producing. Now let us talk about that where is the problem where the problem is lying and what are the discrepancies that is coming. First is the 6.2% growth in milk production, but this 6.2% growth in milk production is not going with the sales growth of organized dairies, which is averaging only to 2 to 3% per year. And on the other hand, if we talk about the states in particular, then the average person in Punjab consumes around 1219 grams or close to 1.2 liters per day. One person, that is I am talking about one person. Then comes Rajasthan and Haryana, they are also consuming more than 1 liter. But according to the 2011 and 12 survey, what does it say is that the daily per capita milk consumption in rural Haryana, that is Haryana, which is presently the third most state when it comes to producing milk. So the daily per capita milk consumption in rural Haryana was 0.49 liters and 0.37 liters in urban Haryana. While when we talk about Punjab, it was rural Punjab was 0.40 liters while urban was 0.36 liters. And after including all other indirect and non-household consumption and its population increase which has happened over so many years in all Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan, what we come up is that the per capita average for these high milk drinking states is unlikely to exceed 0.5 to 0.6 liters. See, the problem is milk is not something which everyone can afford. Milk is an expensive entity now because 1 liter of milk is now something comes at more than 50 rupees in urban areas. So that is not something what everyone can purchase or everyone have the purchasing power to buy milk. So every person cannot consume a liter of milk. Then the average Indian family of 5 people, what does it mean? That if there is a family of 5 people, will they be having more than 5 liters of milk? This cannot happen in every family because the affordability will not be there. So average Indian family of 5 is on an average is consuming more than 2 liters of milk every day, and going up to 5 to 6 liters in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. If we assume so and go by the numbers that in Punjab a person is consuming more than a liter's milk, then in those states, if we will imagine that every single person can afford this much, then only it can go up to 5 to 6 liters in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. But the problem is that how many families can afford to spend so much on a single food item? Can a family of 5 people spend daily 300 to 400 rupees on buying milk? This becomes unimaginable or unrealistic or irrelevant, because every single person cannot have the affordability, and the average per capita income is also something which will not allow. So this is where the problem is lying, that what we are producing is not something what we are consuming, and the production and the consumption patterns are totally different in India. Now let us talk about the cereal consumptions and production. After milk, let us talk about the cereals. So the monthly per capita household consumption of all cereals according to the 2011 and 12 survey is 11.22 kg for rural India, and it is 9.28 kg for urban India. So milk consumption was more in urban India, while cereals consumption is more in rural India, and cereal consumption of rural India is more than urban India. So total yearly demand would be around 235 million tons. Cereals demand full year and full country, that is India, demand would be 235 million tons, while the cereal production for 2016-17 to 2020-21, from 2016 to 2021, has an average of 267 million tons. It means the production of cereals is also more than what it is being consumed. So we are even producing surplus of cereals in our country. So we are a surplus country when it comes to milk, and we are also a surplus country when it comes to production of cereals. Then the producing 30 million ton plus of surplus grain every year. See, these points might not be that much important from prelims, but these are the points which you will be writing in your mains answer writing, and will also be important when it comes to writing essays. And majorly you will see that some essays would be related to agriculture patterns, and in agriculture pattern essays you have to write about the trends or what is the nature of production and consumption in India. So these kind of points and slides becomes important when you will go deep into your studies. Now let us talk about that why new survey is needed, because the survey that we were taking as a base was of 2011-12, and the census was also in 2011. So the base that we took was 2011-12 survey, and it has almost been a decade. So we need a survey because there has so many things which has changed in our country. The population has increased, the production and consumption patterns of people have increased or changed, and the lifestyle has also changed of people. So we need a more relevant data and a survey which will be of present times and which will be relevant to us, because the current consumer price index is based on the consumption basket from 2011-12 survey, and therefore the basket is perhaps outdated or need updation on, or majorly it needs a lot of change, because all the more things can also be included into it so that it becomes relevant from today's time and today's period. Then not truly representative of the items. The survey that we are presently using, that is of 2011 and 12, is not truly representative of the items, that is both food and non-food, and it's being consumed by Indian households, because the eating habits has changed, lifestyle has changed, population have changed, and people's behavior, all the more important, is changing. That is why the data of 2011-12 would not work, and we need a data of 2020, 21 or 22. Then in the end, let us talk about a prelims MCQ, and it says that the National Statistical Office is formed by combining A. National Sample Survey Office and Central Statistics Office, B. National Sample Survey Office and Ministry of Home Affairs, C. Central Statistics Office and Niti Aayog, and D. None of the above. And you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.